Hi everybody, happy hump day. I just got back from the gym and I have to shower, so this is going to be nice and quick. I wanted to do a entry on my diet because it changed drastically this week and I've noticed some pretty interesting changes. So while they were on my mind, I kind of just wanted to make a note and share them with y'all. Up to this point, for probably the past 5, 6 weeks, I want to say. It's been pretty steady. My whole time of training now has been about 11 weeks. But the past half of that, my breakdown was between 35 and 50 grams of carbs, 40 to 50 grams of fat, and then the rest would be all from protein. I was eating very little. The only straight carb source I would have would be oatmeal first thing in the morning. The rest, the only carbs I got would be from vegetables. And I was having ground turkey, chicken, tuna, etc. I switched and I started doing only fish. I only do tuna, salmon, and tilapia. And this week I also went from doing 6-day low carb, 1-day high to just doing 7 days straight through. I upped my calories from, they varied, I have MyFitnessPal on my phone, so that's what I'm looking at. They varied before between like 1100 and 1350. And that was on my low carb days. They would get up to like 1600 on my high carb day. But I was starting to notice my body it wasn't liking that after a while. I was doing it for too long. Doing something so strict and so restrictive like that for extended periods of time is not good. And I know from experience from my last competition prep, I came out of that with very severe metabolic damage. I didn't want to do that to myself again. I've lost extreme amounts of weight since I began this in June. As y'all know, I started at 180 to 185. I'm now 155 to 157. So losing that extreme amount of weight that quickly, awesome transformation. I give myself huge kudos. It has not been easy to do. It's been extremely trying emotionally and psychologically. And I kind of took a step back, especially this past weekend when I was so freaking out really about doing the show. I didn't know if I was going to be ready for it, and I kind of looked at the big picture and I thought, hey, in the long run, how much does this really, like, what matters to me? Finishing the show, finishing this journey, yes, but at the end of the day, I want to be healthy. And I think the reason after my last show I gained so much weight so easily was because of the metabolic damage that was done from 2 to 3 hours of cardio a day and eating so little and so few carbs. It was just like I learned my lesson. So for this last 6 weeks, I wanted to increase everything and be more regular, be nicer to my body, kind of slow down the results a little bit and trust the process, because I'm not going to look like a pro competitor my first time stepping out on an NPC stage. I'm just not. I'm looking forward to having fun with this show. So if I can figure out how my body does with 7 days of regular and then maybe weekly tapering it off by 5 or 10 grams, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. This is all experimenting. I'm learning. Please give me feedback if you see this and you're like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're crazy. I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to discussions. This is a learning process for me. Okay, so what are the changes that I made? Instead of my cardio is still very, very haphazard. It's every day. Sometimes I only lift 3 mornings a week, so the rest of my training is twice a day cardio. Sometimes it varies, like 30 to 45, sometimes an hour of steady state or interval training, and then a couple nights a week I'll do really hard 20 or 30 minute like balls to the wall hit training. and I love that. I just got done with that. I didn't think I would make it to the gym tonight, so I'm super pumped after my workout. I was dripping. I posted something on Instagram with like my hoodie up, and I have like a pouty face on. It's kind of funny. So cardio is that. Lifting 3 days a week. On lifting days, before my before I head to the gym in the morning, I'll do like an eighth of a cup of oats and a half a scoop of protein in a shake, and that's what I have on the way to the gym. If I'm not lifting, then like morning cardio I do on an empty stomach. Post workout, I went from a quarter cup of oats to a third of a cup of oats, and 5 egg whites. Mix all that together, do it in the microwave, and I also have that with a scoop of protein powder. That's my breakfast. Meal 2 varies. I don't like to do tuna every day, so I will either do another scoop of protein with a quarter cup of oats, or I'll do a can of canned salmon and a half a cup of rice, or a can of tuna with a half a cup of rice. That's meal 2. Meal 3 is lunchtime. I do half a cup of rice with a cup of broccoli and 1 tilapia fillet with some liquid aminos on it and salt-free seasoning. After that, in the afternoon, that's my last meal with like a carb in it. And then about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll do a cup of broccoli and a tilapia fillet. And then 6 to 6:30, I'll do a tilapia fillet. And then before bed, around 8:39, because I have my lights off by like 9:15 every night. I really try to anyway, because I'm always exhausted. My last meal is a casein brownie. I do a scoop of casein with 3 egg whites and a tablespoon of chunky peanut butter on top. And so those totals come out to be between 1,400 and 1,500 calories steady every day. One thing I wasn't doing before was paying attention to how many calories I was eating. I was not making sure to get my calories in. So I know sometimes I was a lot lower than I should have been, but now I do not miss a day on MyFitnessPal anymore. Everything goes in here, and I make sure and hit my calories. About 100 grams of carbs, 30-ish grams of fat, and then between 190 and 200 grams of protein. So that's perfect for me. I like it, and at the same time I don't. MyFitnessPal, at the end of the day, when you like complete the entry, it's like, if you ate like this every day, you will be blah 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 weight in 5 weeks. And it says I'm gonna be like 149 in 5 weeks, and I look at it, I'm like, I bet I can beat you. I bet I can beat you. So that it's fun. I'm utilizing the tools the way I should be. The couple of interesting things I've noticed is that this last jump from 159 pounds down to 157, that's the biggest jump I've seen. All the other ones have been a lot less. That I haven't had a 2-pound jump like that since close to the beginning of my prep. That came after I had increased everything, and it was after like my 3rd day in a row of eating high carb. So that was kind of cool. It seemed like my system shocked, and I don't weigh myself every day, usually every other day, so I can keep track of the changes that are happening. I like to see the fluctuations, actually. It keeps me very conscious of everything that I'm doing, my water levels and everything. And I've stayed at 157. It wasn't a fluke. So also the increase in carbs and increase in calories, I can tell my metabolism is waking up because I'm hungrier. I'm getting hungrier. Before, I was so low that I was kind of noticing at the end of the meals, it's just like my body was just kind of shut off, and I didn't really have cravings. It was kind of depressing, actually. I was just sleepy and moody all the time, but I wasn't like, yeah, I want to eat. Now I just finished my tilapia fillet for dinner, and I'm like, I need to record a video, because otherwise I'm going to eat something that I probably shouldn't. This jar of peanut butter is sitting up here on my shelf staring at me. Dreadfully tempting. but I'm not going to do it because I have willpower. But yeah, energy levels much better. I had a headache for the first couple of days from the increase in everything, but I drank my water and I slept and it went away. So still debatable whether that's actually from the carbs or maybe allergies, weather changes, who knows. If anybody has had that kind of experience with carbs, let me know. It would be interesting to research. Physically, I don't know. I did a midweek picture just a little while ago that I posted on Body Space and Instagram. I like it. I'm kind of resigned to the fact that I'm not going to see my abs probably till peak week, maybe even not then. I've never been super lean before. I've always had my baby fat. So, who knows? I mean, I like what I'm seeing. I like the changes that I'm seeing. I like what I'm feeling. Ultimately, I like what I'm feeling. I'm even willing to put up with a little bit of hunger because I know my body will stabilize again. It's just thankful for the extra food, I think. And I say extra, but really I'm still eating in a deficit. My macros are exactly where I want them to be. So it's good. I think my plan from here on out is possibly to drop them a little bit every week. That's probably what I'm going to do, is taper them down a little bit every week. But I'm not going to do like 6 days low, 1 day high anymore. Like the cycling period of this prep is done. I'm going to try and add more HIIT cardio because I'm done with it. I move on with my life. Plus, it really pumps me up and motivates me. I love doing HIIT. It's awesome conditioning for my lower body, which of course for bikini I want to be nice and solid with my legs and my glutes. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, comment. And thank you for watching as always, and thank you for your support. Have a good night, guys. Bye bye.